SmackDown this week was pretty wide open. We actually did have a very eventful SmackDown, even for the OTC not to be there. I do believe this was a better SmackDown than what we have had in the last few months without there being the name of Roman Reigns having to be there. And I think that's because of the simple fact we have built up a few storylines finally for SmackDown that actually make sense and are drawing people in yet again. And with that being said, this is our new edition and recap of the review and recap of Friday Night SmackDown. We will be doing this with Monday Night Raw, NXT, and AEW from now on. So, of course, if you are interested in staying up to date with what we think and what the community thinks also during the live events, of course, hit that like, smash that subscribe button, turn on notifications because we are only getting started. The wrestling content and the sports content is about to skyrocket like a rocket ship on the way to space. With that being said, SmackDown started off the night with the Grayson Waller effect, and of course the guest was none other than Cody Rhodes. Why? Well, he's been feuding with A-Town Down Under. They're wanting to see the side of Cody that's the heel side that no one's seen since he came back. We know it's there, we just haven't seen it yet. Don't know if we're gonna see it. Cody had his regular entrance. He hit the first. The crowd was into it. Grayson Waller stopped him mid-tracks. Great heel part by Grayson Waller. He even finished his sentence, "What do you want to talk about?" So he's hitting on all the right keys, doing all the right stuff. Then they start talking about the match at Bash at Berlin. Is KO going to turn on Cody Rhodes? Are we finally going to see this happen? Will we see a backstabbing moment like we've seen in the past? And they gave us a good video pack. Not going to lie. They gave us photos from NXT when he turned on Sami Zayn. They showed us when he turned on John Cena. They showed us when he turned on Sami again in the Thunderdome. When he turned on Jericho and gave him his own list. So, it is there. We do know that Kevin Owens does turn on his partners. Now, with that being said, it doesn't always happen. There was one that was controversial. He even said he apologized. He owned up to that one when he came out and said, "Hey, the one for Kofi, that's on me." So he ate that and was like, "Okay, I'll take that one. Y'all got a great point." He came out to the ring and said, "Hey, I done talked to Nick. We know how this is going to end up. I'm going to come in there and smack y'all around. Let's just make it a match." Match was made. He said, "Hey, do I got enough time?" He still went in there and smacked him around. The only thing was they pushed Kevin Owens into Cody. And of course, that's slowly building the aspect of that feud coming and being bigger than what it is now, which is two best friends going head to head at Bash at Berlin. We're eventually going to see something else happen. With that, also, we did get to see tonight LA Knight had his first United States Championship defense since he won it at SummerSlam. Now, he did have a match against Santos Escobar was up next. And, of course, they were coming out of the ring. We seen Legado del Fantasma come out. Santos had Berto and Angel with them and Elektra. They get in the ring. Berto and Angel walk around, drag LA Knight out, start giving him a beatdown. So we automatically knew numbers game. Here we go. LA Knight's first decent challenge. Let's see what happens. Ref was smart, threw them out. Elektra got in her face. She's thrown out of the match. And from that point on, Santos had the ability to win the match. Honestly, the attack was perfect. Had everything you needed to happen for Santos to be put over and win the title. It was a good match, especially for a defense on SmackDown. It was pretty good. It wasn't no 5-star match, but gave us what we needed, a clean win after the bell rung for LA Knight. Santos went for the Phantom Driver. It was reversed, hit with a blunt force trauma, pin 1, 2, 3. Called a night, the match is over. Now later in the night, we did see that LA Knight said that he has issued an open challenge. And he is traveling to Germany to be at Bash at Berlin night before to get an open challenge happening. Now, A lot of the people in the chat think that we could be seeing Giovanni Vinci make his SmackDown debut and successfully be the one to challenge for that. If that happens, fantastic. Think that's a great idea. I don't think that's a bad idea. Honestly, Giovanni Vinci's wanting to make a name for himself on SmackDown. He has revamped himself. He's had a character change. He has split ways with Imperium during the draft and what happened with Ludwig Kaiser on Monday Night Raw. This will be a good idea. I 100% can back that. After that, we did see the big three go up against the women's tag team champions Alba Fire and Isla Dawn and Blair Davenport. Throughout the start of that match, Bianca Belair started it off. She got absolutely beat down by all three women. Jade was tagged in this match, and we seen the powerhouse come to absolute dominance. There was no stopping that aspect until the numbers game caught up. We seen a big running bicycle kick. We seen a bond buster, all kinds of stuff. It was very intense for Jade, performed very well. Now, with that being said, we know that Jade and Bianca get the rematch at Bash at Berlin. That was announced tonight. So, throughout the match, it kind of filtered them out of the match. The tag champs and Bianca and Jade. Alba Fire and Isla Dawn took out Jade to the outside, beating her down. We seen a moonsault or cross body by Bianca and took them 4 out. Came down to Naomi versus Blair Davenport. And in that, we got to see the moonsault from Naomi after a huge pop-up enziguri. And she got the pin. 1, 2, 3. That solidifies that feud. Ended great. Protected your tag champs. And even built more on that aspect. Now, following that, we had the chaotic moment of the new Bloodline. They come out. Solo Sikoa's music plays. Walk out to the ring. Jacob Fatu still wearing the walking boot. So how is he going to compete in that boot? They talk about Roman Reigns. He said your OTC is DONE, done. Talking about he's no more. He's finished. Want a bigger and better thing. The tag champs are going to defend their tag champs, and then he's going to become the undisputed Universal WWE Grand Slam champion, whatever they call it now. But the one thing that struck me was he made Jacob Fatu the enforcer. I already thought he was the enforcer. I guess I misunderstood that. He made Jacob give Tonga Loa the tag title. Okay, I understand this. Mr. Eye Patch was originally supposed to be the tag champs with Tonga. I'm okay with that. Let's let that happen. But it's very odd to see that play out that way. But hey, okay, I understand. Street Profits come out. Match. It was actually a pretty good match by the Bloodline. Tonga Loa hit all the spots. Great moving, great chemistry. I really didn't have no issue with their in-ring performances. It was spot on. Towards the end of the match, Angelo Dawkins did his spinning splash in the. We seen Montez Flappins. We seen everything hit perfect. Angelo Dawkins did his running shoulder tackles. Sends everybody into the barricade. Montez flies over the turnbuckle. Spot on. I mean, you couldn't ask for any better out of the tag teams with it being the moment it was. But the one thing I did not see coming, or didn't expect to happen, Jacob Fatu actually got going to. I thought they were more or less sidelining him till that boot came off. No, he super kicked Angelo Dawkins in the mouth with a boot, and then gave one to Montez. They roll him in the ring. Tonga hit finisher he's doing. 1, 2, 3. Bloodline retained. Then they start beating down the Street Profits. Here comes DIY. They took care of business for about 30 seconds. 30 seconds passed. What happened? Well, we've seen an absolute beatdown of DIY and the Street Profits by the Bloodline. We come backstage medicals talking to Braxton. Hey, they're okay. They're just pitting into more of a tag team rematch at some point for this. Looking at probably a triple threat for the tag titles. We get a good segment backstage. Tiffany and Pretty Deadly, I guess, and Nia trying to fix the crown, trying to get. We see Michin do a promo for the street fight. Okay, cool. We promoted good matches next week. We got a women's title defense and a street fight. We know we're gonna see Cody and Kevin. Good things are happening. Smackdown next week. Now, that being said, we move to the main event. Wide open, Cody Rhodes. I mean, they are just slugging, fighting in the middle of the ring. Kevin Owens comes. Same thing. Until under outside 1-on-1 or 2-on-1 with Kevin Owens. And they're very dominant through the majority of this match. Very surprised. We see Grayson Waller hit the roll-in flatliner. We see almost Grayson Waller get the pinfall off of it. Cody Rhodes hits a disaster kick, hits a Cody cutter on Austin Theory. Kevin Owens comes in. We see two rolls of the big cannonball effects. One to the outside, one inside the ring. We see Austin Theory get hit with a nasty. And then we see a huge power bomb. Grayson Waller, Kevin. Now here's the things I wanted to point out. They're planting the seeds for the heel turn, I do believe, for Kevin Owens. We've seen the fact that Kevin kind of distracted the tag and Cody. Then we seen at the end of it, right before he had that title, he held it like he was going to hit him, and then ran and handed it. You could hear it in the commentator's voice. Really thought that it was going to happen. Really thought that would be the moment. For me, it has to happen next Friday. I don't think there's any other option. So all over the top tier, it was good. Great story building, great storytelling. I don't think there was really a bad spot throughout most of the night. With that being said, I would give this show an overall of a 4 out of 5. Only thing that could have happened was probably just a little bit less of the blacking out of the screen. If we could cut that out, I think it would have been a little better. But that's my thoughts. I think everything played out well. I think we built up more Naomi and Blair. Women's tag team, open challenge for the United States. Nia and Michin in the street fight. What else could you ask for? With that being said, that is my thoughts, opinions, and how I would rate the show. Now, if you have anything else that you thought we left off, or if you have any comments, let us know down below. We will address them in our next episode of Wrestling Reviews. Being said, I hope you all have a fantastic night, morning, or afternoon. And until next time, over and out.